something that reinforces in my mind the idea that the US and the UK are two nations divided by a common language is the perception that I have of the US attitude to sex. Now, the British are supposed to be particularly prudish about sex, but I think that next to the US, we're positively brazen. I can remember being baffled by the outrage over Janet Jackson's so-called wardrobe malfunction, and in particular I recall one woman being interviewed on TV and she was quite upset that her young son would be scarred by this flash of nipple, and yet mainstream US TV shows gunplay pretty much as a part of everyday life, and even something as tame as Star Trek or The Lone Ranger, which are basically kids' programs, have people being shot and routinely killed on most episodes. So I'd say that rather than sex and killing being seen as on par with one another when it comes to rating media content, sex is actually less morally acceptable than killing. And I find that baffling. But it brings to mind a memory I have of a performer on the London gay cabaret circuit who went by the name of Dockyard Doris. He was a very funny man who sadly died some years ago. And Dockyard had this catchphrase that stuck with me because I felt that it was both funny and it hit the nail on the head. So he'd be doing his act, and at some point he'd invariably say, "Fuck," really theatrically, and that would generate a gasp or a laugh within the audience, and he'd just hold up his hand and say, "No, hold on a second, fuck is a word, it's in the dictionary, and there are much worse words in the dictionary than fuck. Take murder, that's in the dictionary, and I can say for sure, ladies and gentlemen, that I'd rather be fucked than murdered." Well, I can say for sure, ladies and gentlemen, Doris had a point.